because a lot of 20-something-year-old women, right?
Yeah.
We battle with, identity now because, if you don't have a big butt and a smile now, like now I'm not, now I'm not worth shit, you know? Y'all, and just like that, we are back. This is another episode of the Dear 20-something podcast. And today it's a little bit different. I have my girl, my friend, the brand maximizer, creative genius. Okay, the woman who speaks aesthetics and visually appealing things. I have my girl Annie Tay here to talk. I think I first saw you. So I went to FAM for 2 years. I didn't graduate. I'm one of those who didn't graduate from the HBCU, but I definitely went to FAM for 2 years, and you were the person. Definitely that I don't think we've ever physically like had a conversation on campus, but I always remember like seeing you around. I think we had a couple classes together.
Yes.
And you were just always that like vibrant personality that just like fills a room. Like I don't know, a room just kind of like it glows when you walk into it. And you kind of bring rooms to life. And over the years, I followed you on Instagram, and I've seen your growth and I've seen your evolution. And like during the pandemic, I feel like we both kind of like decided to take full-time entrepreneurship serious.
Yes.
So it was just like seeing you take the same strides. Like it's been such an inspiration for me. And a lot of times people don't necessarily have friends, right, that'll reach out and say, hey, you good? So for somebody that I've never physically like hung out with to call me if I write on Instagram and be like, oh, I'm having a tough ass day, and to get a phone call from Annie freaking Tay to say, girl, you good? What?
Like, you good? Because I needed to know. I needed to know. When I saw my friend post something, I'm like, wait a minute, let's pause.
That just does not happen. So, bruh, I was like so thankful for you, and I'm so grateful that you are my first guest.
Yes.
On the podcast.
Listen, and Niyah, you're the same way. Like it's like we pour into each other, and I value friendships like that. Yeah, like you said, we went to FAM. I don't think you remember, but there were a couple moments we were in the same together. Yes, and it was party moments more so.
Yeah. I was a totally different woman then.
Yeah, I was a totally different woman then too. But, behind closed doors, because people didn't know I was turned up like that. But we've been in some turned up moments together. So I definitely remember that, Niyah. And then to see you blossom into like even the same girl, but like this mature same girl, because you're still fun to take. So I'm very happy to be a part of it, and I'm happy to be your friend. Like, cause you point to me, girl. Cause there's some days I just be like,
listen, like throw the whole day away. Shit,
no, take it back. You can have it.
No. What you been up to? Like, what have you been up to since post? Like, how has COVID treated you? How has you stepping into full entrepreneurship treating you? Because for me, sis, I'm tired. I'm tired.
I am very tired. I feel like 2020 for me didn't stop, which is why I think I'm tired in 2021.
Yeah.
I see everybody having their fun. I love that for them, but I'm not even gonna flex. Like, I did the most domestic travel that I've done in years last year, because one, the tickets were so cheap.
What?
Two, my immune system was on that ass. Like, my immune system was like, yes, girl, I got you. Because there's no way I should have been in Houston in the address.
Listen, I was flying all over the place, okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
what?
That's what I'm like, yes, but like I was safe. I did on many trips. Houston was probably the most.
Yeah, I have yet to go to Houston. I feel like I hear it's a dope vibe.
Girl, first of all, I'm not even getting to that for real, but first of all, they built different over here. I'm just saying.
For real?
Yes, like it's like everybody is so like beautiful. Like it's just beautiful people, beautiful vibes. Like I could live in Texas. It's still too far, but I would definitely.
Yeah, like I coming from I lived in New Jersey for I think 6 years, and like I don't know. we'll get into it, but like even the guys, like the Floridian guys, they're just like it's very different.
you get one or two that
Yeah,
might make you feel like, okay,
he's different.
okay, Florida, he different. But then it's kind of like it's a distant memory, and then
A
you're
lot
just
because you were living before you moved back to Florida. You were living in New York, right? So
yes.
you know.
Well, Brooklyn at Brooklyn
Okay. And the
I
vibe in Brooklyn is
love.
just like
It's different.
the
It's different.
style, like
The
the
style,
people.
the people, the men, like just everything is just so different. I miss it every single day, but I'm happy to be back in Florida.
Yeah, I
But
can
I
see that
miss
too.
it. It is a place where I would like to have a summer location. Like I would like to have
Yeah.
in Brooklyn or like in New York, period, and just like go there for the summers.
Yes, I love
When
it.
get snowbird.
I went like literally last week and I was just like, did I make the right
I
decision?
saw you there and I was
Like
like, I
God,
have to
like
meet her.
yeah, I did.
I saw you just like, I have to meet her. I cannot deal with this.
Right. I'm just like, I love it. Like
Yeah.
I really, really, truly miss it. Okay, now with you being busy, I'm sure it's always like a give or take, right? So you
Mhm.
give a lot to your career, you take
Yeah.
away from dating or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be.
Okay.
How has like because that's one thing that I'm struggling in, okay, in my
Me
20s,
too.
newly single and shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm putting myself out there. I'm starting to date again. And
Mhm.
it's just like I'm a little confused at times. Like, did I make the right decision?
It's confusing in so many different factors. One, because like, okay, like you said, we're
Yeah.
young, we're jump starting into this entrepreneurship, and then we're trying to, okay, I still need a life too, and then but we're not like, okay, so it's like it's a lot of stuff that like my palate has changed. Like
Yes.
it's a lot of stuff I don't like anymore. You really won't catch me at the night parties too much. You're not gonna catch me
Exactly.
on the scene like I was 3 years ago. Like I mean, I was popping out in
What?
2017, 2018. I mean, I'm popping out. Like and then I think in
Brilliant.
2016, I think 2017 I slid to like New Orleans, Cali, back to back. So it was just
Yeah.
kind of like my palate has changed so much, and I think that because of that, it makes everything so much harder. And I think also, like you said, you're newly, out of a relationship. With me personally, I've been out of relationships for some years now, like not too many, but like enough. And I just think that I just healed so good. Like
Can
God
I ask
really put
you?
me in
Okay, so I can, so
a
recently, right when I went up to New Jersey or whatnot, I saw my ex, right, and it seems like he's dating, and he seems happy about dating, and I was just like, whoa, whoa,
listen.
whoa, whoa, you're too
No.
happy. What's going on? Let's dial it back. I love you
Yeah.
again. No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
No.
No, but how
Wait, I have a question for you before
yes,
you tap into what you're about to
okay.
say.
Okay.
No, you said okay. You saw your ex. So my thing is like, did you have to heal from him? Like,
I'm still in the process. I'm not healed from him. I'm
okay,
healing.
so I have this thing.
Mhm.
I do not revert back to things that I had to heal from.
Whew. See, I have trouble with that because I'm the type of person where I
Mhm.
always feel like, well, maybe will such and such will,
Yeah.
and I try to put myself in other people's shoes that sometimes I neglect my own shoes and
Yeah.
understand like this is not a situation that served me.
Mhm.
So when I did go back and I saw him like dating and stuff like that, it was a reminder like on the plane back to Florida, it was like God literally was like, sis, I delivered you from this.
No,
Like
seriously.
now I have to hurt your feelings a little bit because I
Exactly.
delivered you from something that you always run back to. That's your problem.
Yeah, and but you know what? Like you said, it's like I delivered you from this. So it's like sometimes we do ourselves a disservice when we revert back to things like we
Yeah.
said that we have to heal from. And I think ultimately, because the reason why I believe in that so much is because my healing process required me to sacrifice. I did 6 months off of Instagram. Now, come on,
Really?
I did 6 months off of social media. Period. I was in a place. That's when I first moved to New York,
Wow.
and I had new friends, and I had whatever, and I just decided to just drop everything and kind of drop off the face of the earth real quick. And I did that after I graduated, and I did that when I moved to New York. So it was both two different transitional phases in my life. And I had got a relationship before moving to New York. So my thing is like I was coming to New York with the same mindset, the same going to, figure out, like being sad and doing like the same shit. So I'm like, how you gonna move to a whole different state, change your whole life and do everything new, and then decide to do the old stuff? So I decided to like hop into like falling in love with the city that I decided that's gonna be my next 3 to 5 years. So I mean, it's just one of those phases where I just realized like my healing process took a lot of sacrifices, but it was good sacrifices. It took a lot of loving myself, falling in love with new things. I fell in love with just new people, like friends, not relationships, but platonic relationships. I fell in love with meeting new people and new experiences, and just life changes. And I fell in love with just being okay with where the hell I am. And so I think because of that, I think that's why I am so serious about not reverting back to things. Now, will I say I never came back and like, slid back on some old shit like, hey, big head, like, or they hey big head me, and I gotta be head, so like, hey big head me, and I'm like shit, like I'm gonna say I didn't slide back, but certain exes I wouldn't tap into. Like it's certain exes you just like like whatever, because it won't extend further than what it is. But there are certain exes, I promise, like I don't have many exes. I'm just be honest. I barely.
It's crazy. I've dated.
I barely like people. I've dated, but I barely like people.
Right.
You really have to be a great person for me to like you.
Right.
So with me personally, is I guess that ex. Everybody has that ex. I would not. I'm not even gonna get that person too much.
I'm trying to
do it. Please do it though. Please. Once that healing is complete and it's like a finale, like it's a journey and not a destination.
Yeah.
I can say that. But once that healing has gotten to like a certain dimension, it's like you almost can't. It's almost like I'm uncontrollable, baby. You can't even give me back. You gotta give me $1 million, baby.
Yes. Because I don't know, in that specific relationship, it was definitely a thing where I was like, and that it was a blessing, like COVID happening, me moving back to Florida and things like that, because when I was there inside of that relationship, it definitely was a situation where it was just like, see how dope I am, see I'm a great woman, like like what the heck, like I'm trying to be smart out here and freaking the bed and all of that stuff, and you still don't see it. That's still not enough. And I found myself kind of living behind a shadow. Your girl gained like 70 pounds, bro.
No way.
I was not posting any pictures online. Okay.
Really?
Absolutely. I was big as hell. There was like 2 of me. Okay. So me following behind his like footsteps, I lost so much track of myself. I gained so much weight. Like I stopped operating out of what I felt like my gifts were. My voice was silenced and all those things. And it came to a point where I was just going through the motions, and COVID happened. It was just like, you got to go back home. Like I felt that in my spirit, like go home. So when I went home and I started like just finding, like you said, finding more things that kind of were great to me and like excited me and felt good to me, gaining back that independence of just my self-worth and knowing who I am, that it truly, like I truly saw like, damn, my eyes were covered this entire time. But as human nature, sometimes spending 7 years in the situation and then going back is just like,
that's crazy. I can't even do 7 minutes, so I don't even know how 7 months, 7 minutes.
Like
7 years, baby. I would still be recovering too.
Right. So it's just packed, unpacked, and I'm trying to unpack it day by day. But going back this last time, it was like, okay, Manaya, like I healed you from this. Stop playing with me. And
because every time you tap back into that, you realize why you tapped out.
Exactly.
And it's you have to, I think, honestly, intuition has been and always will be she wasn't my best friend at first. I'll be honest. She was one of them girls like acquaintance. Like I would hear her, feel her, and I'd just be like, oh no, girl, you don't know better. I do.
Yes.
But then after a while, like, I'm just kind of like hitting it in my face. Like, I was just like, oh, shoot. Intuition talk about something. She might just be my bestie. Like, she might really be my best friend. And I think tapping into my intuition more, she really comes up and say, you know what? Don't do this.
Right,
Don't
girl.
do
Yeah.
that. Because no, seriously, and they always put in the block, and you always had the opportunity to fall back into old ways. And so I'll be honest, recently I had the opportunity to fall back into old ways, and I even told myself, like, my intuition came up and she was like, girl, if you do this, you're gonna be having to recover or heal from the same shit, the same exact, not even a different healing. God damn, like, give me a different healing.
Right.
Like, give me a different, like, type of thing I gotta get through. Like, you would have had the exact same thing you had to heal from years ago if you tapped into that. And so me listening to her actually saying, you know what, this is my best friend. Let me listen to her.
Yeah.
Me listening to her, you full circle. You finally see, like, oh damn, like, me listening to her, I feel good. I'm great. I made the right decision. It's always confirmation.
Yeah, intuition will literally never lead you down the wrong path, like ever, 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 ever. My intuition, I always say this on the podcast, my intuition always comes from my dreams. So,
Oh,
like,
girl,
girl,
hitting me.
my dream, when I tell you one time my ex, one time my ex cheated on me. And I woke up that next morning, like, and I didn't know anything, but I was like, I had a dream that this girl was driving your car. She had curly hair, a light-skinned girl, and she was crashing your car, and I was sitting in the back seat. Wonder what that's about. And he's like, oh, I don't know. Tell me why a couple months later I ended up seeing the girl. It was the exact same girl in my dream. I was like,
You're lying. No, but that's
where it was crazy, crazy, crazy,
bruh,
crazy.
dreams don't be lying. They always have some type of reflection. Like, seriously.
It was crazy. I couldn't, like, the fact that I saw this girl's face. It was like, oh, okay,
My God.
all right, God, I ain't playing with you. I'm this
Hey, you got it, God. You got it. You got it. You got
a
it.
little too close.
Ooh, you had to give it to me this clear.
Right.
My God, Crystal.
Like, okay, all right. I'm gonna
God,
leave it back now.
yeah, okay.
But so now I guess, like, going back to, like, just dating out here and how it's just like it's a
Yeah.
scary thing. How have you been navigating, like, getting back into, if you feel like you're ready to date again, how have you been getting back into, like, the dating world and
Well,
stuff?
I was ready in 2018. But I'm just kidding. I'm being honest. 2018, I was not ready. I should have never started dating, but I was emotionally available and I was bored. So I just kind of merged those two concepts together, and then I just, like, ventured out into the world, and I'm starting to. And in New York, you can tell me this. I feel like you understand this. Northern people are a lot more open to the idea of dating more. Maybe it's maturity too, but, like, if you went on a date last night, on your next date, you might say, "Oh, I had a date this week," and, like, it's like a conversation that people in the North have more than the South. Like, it's dating is a thing. People respect dating more up North than they do in the South. So I think I tapped into dating a little bit, but I don't think I was healed enough to be trying to date. Because, like, I had baggage that I was carrying from my own selfish thoughts. Honestly, just being unavailable, not allowing myself to love or like someone, faking the fun so that it could just be a lot easier. To kind of get through the day or get through liking somebody. I've met some amazing guys. I've dated some amazing guys, but it wasn't until, I guess, maybe even this year where I was like, okay, let me be serious. Let me take stuff serious and, like, just, like, be all that I can be in something. So I think that made me happy because I've even been vulnerable. I've been kind, but don't say all, bitch.
Because I'm not there. I'm gonna just be real.
I'm progressing.
Oh, you're working on it. No.
I'm working on it, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, dating is super hard now in my life because I feel like I just went through a breakup with a very long career, a decade
Yeah.
of
Wow.
like, just like trusting in jobs and not being in entrepreneurship. And like, as you can see, like we work, me and you are sometimes, like we're up at like 2 o'clock in the morning
What?
writing each other, while we texting each other, while we writing each other, talking about, hi, you saw this? Like, why are we up this
It's
late? We
hard
get
out
up at
here.
5 o'clock in the morning.
It's hard.
So we're working around the clock. So I'll be honest, the main thing I need in my life is peace. And I know a lot of
Yeah.
men seek that.
Yeah.
But I seek that too because of the healing that I've received. Like, I want to openly love someone and just be
Absolutely.
my full self and not be a 25% or 50%. But most of my time is invested into the betterment of my life. And because I've
Yeah.
healed so much and I've gotten so far gradually, I can't allow just any and everything in my life. So it's
Ooh, that's
special people.
big.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, emphasis on that. I can't allow any and everything in my life.
No. Because if
Ooh.
I do, I know I'm doing myself a disservice.
For
So
for me, I honestly say, whew, okay. So I thought after, my situation, I took those couple months. I'm the type, and this is not good, okay, but I am her. I'm the type that jumps from situation to situation to situation, right? So
oh,
I,
you're that girl.
yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So
got it.
I'm learning. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so after like for example, after I ended my relationship, I was in another relationship like within, we won't
See,
say the time, but within a
we're
certain
opposites. We're opposites.
yeah, so and then when that situation ended, like, because it wasn't as serious, I was already in a different one. So it was just like like so I don't really allow myself to heal too much. So
Yeah,
now what I'm learning is it's not necessarily, and I do want a relationship, right? But I think right now where I am, because I am in the process of healing, and maybe you have to heal alone, but right
yeah,
now I just know that I crave companionship and not
yeah,
I don't know if I'm ready for a relationship. Like if somebody I'm dating right now, says, "Hey, I'm ready to like take this to the next step.
yeah,
Let's be in a relationship." I'd be like, I don't know if
yeah.
I'm ready for that. But I do, after a long day, I do want a hug. Like I do want a kiss.
Full massage. A full
Like I
massage.
do, I do want to be embraced. I want to go
Yeah.
on a date night, but I'm just not ready. I have made the decision that I am not ready to be in anything right now. And that's
Okay.
a hard decision for me to make, man.
Okay, so my backup, not even a question, my backup comment is like, are you going into these things and being extremely intentional with people? Because I,
Yeah.
I told you, for
Yeah.
3 years, literally from
Yeah.
2017 to 2020, I was just like, I literally went into it and I was just like, baby, it's me and you. I
Right.
don't really want nothing. Like I was unavailable because
Yeah.
I'm unlike you. Like you said that you go from person to person. I'll be honest. I cut shit off. Like
Yeah.
I'm like literally. I literally don't talk to people. I heal
What?
alone. I heal alone. I fall so in love with myself. I do everything. I do 90% of every single thing
Yeah.
by myself because it's just easier to be in that
Yeah.
environment.
I guess I, I don't know. I've made the decision. Maybe I'm not ready, but I think a piece of me still wants it. I just know that I'm
Yeah.
not ready for it. So the way that I give my love, or the way that I give my intention, is very pure and it is very genuine. It's
Yeah.
just if we go farther from this part,
Yeah.
now we're stepping into unknown territory.
See,
And I
that's
don't
where,
know.
but you know what? That's the fucked up part. That's the fucked up part because it's like, okay,
Yeah.
because my thing is, okay, you ever seen the post it's not even a post. I made this up years ago. I said, if somebody
Yeah.
came to me and said, hey, Annie Tay, I like you. First of all, I would be on the other side of it because they won't do me like, okay, anyways. Um, so first of all, somebody said, hey, Annie, I like you, but I have a baby mama. I ain't got good credit and my life is all over the place. I'm chasing demons. I got this. At that very moment, I have a choice if I want to deal with this chasing
Yeah.
demons as baby father. If I
That is
decide
true.
that I want to
That
deal
is
with
true.
him, that's on me. But if I decide I don't, then you know what I'm saying, that whatever. So that's my choice. So I think when you approach a situation, you're like, hey, you know what? I really don't have I really don't have the like. I can't
Yeah.
be in a relationship. I know this isn't for me. I really like you. I appreciate what we have, but it's just
Mhm.
not something I want, and I don't know when I'm gonna want it. I have a choice if I
Yeah.
want to deal with you or not. And if you're upfront with me, it can gradually grow into something. But if it's not going to grow into something, it's like I already knew going in that it possibly.
Absolutely. And that's something that, because I'm a believer that karma is
Mhm.
full circle. You know
Oh,
what I'm
baby, she comes
saying? So when
hard
my ass
too.
is ready, then
Yeah, she comes hard.
you know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
try to be conscious of that, and I also try to kind of look at what that person is coming into a situation with, right? And set
well,
up my mind in that way too. So
yeah.
what I'll do is there's checks and balances that that I'll go ahead and go
I
through.
like to hear. I like to hear.
So if I know like there's somebody that's clearly, let's say, just fluid, right? In the sense of just I would use that word. We'll use fluid. Okay. So let's say if I know that they're, in that space, then I know how to approach that
Yes.
space. And it does come down to them saying it, but a lot of times we don't say it. But I'm a firm believer in reading between the lines too, because
Yeah.
stuff doesn't just come out of the woodworks. Like people show you,
Yeah.
people show you, hey, I'm not, really ready, or they'll show you in some of their actions. And that's kind of how sometimes I have gotten scarred with
Yeah.
thinking like, oh, this person treats me so nice, but I didn't hear when they said like such and such, or I didn't look at when they did such and such, or when they made me
They'll tell
feel,
you too.
yeah, not secure in the situation.
Mhm. They'll tell you. Like, if you listen in between words or just, like,
Yeah.
listen to them, like, I feel like the guys that I, like, allow in my space or whatever are very honest individuals. Like,
Yeah.
looking back even on some, like, but, like, what I'm just saying is, like, I've always I guess my best friend says I have a type.
Yeah.
It's always a
What is
type.
your type? Wait, well, what is your type?
Just 'cause I have a type, I don't see it because I feel like everybody's different, but, whatever. But I guess the consistency with all of them are very, like, laid back dudes,
Yeah.
just, like, to themselves. They're kind of mean to the world, but, like, not necessarily mean to the world. They're, like, there's
Yes.
a guy that everybody, like, likes, but they know that they can't really approach too much.
Yes.
Like that guy, I love that guy. I love that guy
Listen.
that's not too loud. I hate the loud ones in the
Yo,
room.
you know what I hate? The guy that always smiles in every female's face.
Woo! Baby, you
The
can
the hugs,
leave
the
you where you
extra
have me messed up
caresses.
at. I'm gonna leave you where you have me messed up at because I just don't like that. But you know what? Friendly guys come around, but it's like what I like loyalty too. I'm like,
Yes.
you might be friendly, but like you already know, like, cause I'm very territorial. That's
Yes.
mine.
It's
Look,
mine.
that's mine. I'm his. See, it's over. It's over. Like that's I'm very territorial. So I get it, but what I'm trying to say is it's just like what was the concept? What were you talking about? You were saying something and I was dabbling into that.
I I got so wrapped up in got I started reminiscing on that one time that I dated that extra nice guy and how my shit just derailed from there.
Yes, like oh my god, like I like my untouchable like the most yes, every guy I've ever dated is kind of me, which
Yeah.
is which is
See,
so
that's how
crazy
my
because
ex
it's like
was.
yes, and they're kind of mean and like they're nice guys. Like in the open eye, you'll see them and they're like usually like like the guy you want to dap up, the guy you probably
Yeah.
want to invite to the party, but he not gonna be in everybody's face. Like that's the guy I
Yes.
like, and that's
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 so
the median.
attractive.
It's so sexy to me, like the guy that like
Woo!
that zero
Just
post on
knowing
Instagram.
just knowing every girl out here they don't have access to you is such just like
It's
a
so
damn. It's like a
yeah.
oh,
Yeah, I love that. I
we're meant to
genuinely
be
love
together.
that. And it's because we're so like our careers are wrapped around social media and stuff. So it's like
Yeah.
I always tell people that you don't know me. You just know like
Yeah.
the aesthetic Annie, I don't know, but you don't know me. Like that's just what it is. So well
Yeah.
I just feel like it's just I don't know.
So being that you're in in a state of like, I'd say like wokeness in regards to kind of like understanding what you want, understanding what
Mhm,
your standards are, and
mhm,
understanding like what doesn't serve you versus what serves you.
mhm.
Do you feel like that somehow like limits your pool of like men that you can date? Or
Yeah.
or it doesn't make it harder in any way? Because like for me, I'm just like, ah.
Mm. It's 100% harder because I'll be honest, I've always been that girl. I've always been low key with like relationships, situationship, whatever it is, whatever I would,
Yeah, right,
whatever
at that
ship
moment.
I've sailed, I've always that's just my precious being. I don't want anybody a part of that. But I think it makes it a lot harder too because I'm at a very mature place in my like dating life, I
Yeah,
guess, or just life in general. And I'm at a healed place. And I think it makes it a lot harder for me to accept it, like we talked about earlier, accepting a lot of people in my life. So
absolutely.
I think I'm a little bit more particular. Like if I notice red flags now, I'm more um on track with just saying I need to dead the situation or allow it to be what it is and not try to
Mm,
like make it anything more than what it
yeah.
is. I call
Ooh.
a spade now. Like if it's a spade, it's a spade. Stop trying to make things like I always used to see the potential in every and
Oh
anything.
my, I'm the potential
I
fucking
used to be a
like,
potential girl. Like, I was like,
woo! What?
like I told you, I've dated
No,
some mean guys, and I see the meaning that they do for other people, but then I never thought they could be mean to me until they were.
let me tell you, I am the build a nigga up girl for sure. Like, cause I always come into situations always come into situations like,
No,
yeah, well, you can do this, you can fix
build a
this,
bell,
you
build a
credit
bell.
is important, you gotta get savings. Like, oh, you can do
Yeah,
this with your
yeah.
social media. Oh, but do you have this? I'm always the type that like, oh, you're at this level, it's okay. I see the potential
No,
in you. Let's get you
you
to
ain't trying to.
here.
No, I can't raise on me.
Listen, I be trying to raise them, grow
No,
them up, pamper them a little bit, and then I get screwed in the end. So it's just like,
no,
now I'm
that's
in, you know.
no. No, because that's exactly why, like, it's important for us. Like, when you're talking about your healing, I'm not gonna say I've healed. I'm not gonna try to act like I'm at
Yeah,
the end of a finale. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is that I've gotten to a place where I'm so good with myself and
yeah,
my being so grounded where I know how
yeah.
to find it. Like, if I lose it a little bit,
Yeah, it's
I know
like,
how to
"Oh,
find it again. Like,
let me
oh,
reel
oh,
it
she's
back
right here,
in."
she's right here. So
Yeah.
I think that because of that, it's like I need you to almost come with a full cup because I
Ooh,
pour so much into everything that I do. I always tell people
exactly.
I use people that I'm either at the furthest of that being or I'm
Mhm.
not in it at all. Either I'm in or I'm not. It's no medium range with me. So my thing is like when you allow potential to make you think that you have to give that exceptional part of yourself,
Yeah.
it you're only like as I've been saying the same word throughout this whole concept is like you're only doing yourself a disservice because
Mhm.
you're telling yourself that the person that they could be is I'm going to act this way because I know they're going to be that way one day. No, I'm going to act accordingly. If that person is
Absolutely.
this way at this point, I'm going to act distant because I don't you're not giving me reciprocation. You're not giving me this, you're not giving me that. I cannot be a dead horse. So
Ooh,
I think it's important to realize who someone is, what they are, what's their impact to your life. Like I told you yesterday, we were
yeah,
talking about something randomly. I was like, how much is it gonna cost me? My
yeah.
mental health, not
Ooh,
monetary, but how much is being with you or allowing you in my space gonna cost me? And
mm,
so I'm very particular about that. So I think that where we are now and like our healing processes is like we cannot be subject to think like not seeing things for what it is. It
yeah,
is what it is, and they are who they are, and you can't raise someone, you can't change anyone, and you can't allow someone to be
absolutely.
with you if they're not what you want.
Absolutely.
And
So let me ask you this. I have a question, right?
yeah, yeah,
So, because you operate out of the influencer space, you know how much social media kind of like plays a part in just our perception
yeah,
of real life things,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Um so how do you how do you navigate between being like, I don't know, just differentiating between somebody who um understanding, okay, because a lot of 20 something year old women, right,
Yeah.
we battle with, identity now, because if you don't have a big butt and a smile now, like, now I'm not now I'm not worth shit. you know
Gotta go to the Dominican Republic. Gotta go
no,
to the Dominican Republic.
or like for a guy, if you don't have
Yeah.
bands on top of bands on top and Gucci sneakers, like, you're
Yeah.
not worth shit either.
No.
Like, or if you're not scamming, like they say. So
Listen.
it's just like, how do you, because our culture right now is so focused
Yeah.
on that type of wavelength. How
Yeah.
do you still kind of navigate, just as a woman, and as a creative, and as someone who wants to take relationships and dating serious? How do you navigate between those men, and where do you kind of like, I don't know, how are you approached? Like,
Um,
how do people get in contact with Annie Tay?
First of all, some guys try to like come through on some, hey, I got this business, and I was wondering if you got a
Oh
little.
my God, I hate
I
that.
hate that. First of all, like
Why?
if you're listening to this, please don't use my business as a pawn. If you want to talk to me, say hello. I'm very
Right.
directly correct. Please do not come at me on some. I really want you. I will take your money though. I will take your money. I will take your money gladly. I would charge you full price, but don't come in my business with that because that's ridiculous.
Yes.
That's rude. Like I work so
That
hard.
happens to me a lot. That happens to me a lot.
That happens
Oh,
a
I just
lot.
saw.
Or contact me through email. Like, baby, no, talking about
No,
no. I would just find it funny. No, I find
no.
it funny how. Okay, so, but I think I go into it with I do not. You know how they say, give something an inch, and you take a mile.
Yeah.
I do not give I don't give social media a mile. I just really take it for what it is. It's a social presence. Everybody's gonna show the best of themselves. I've always knew what type of guy I like. I've always
Yeah.
liked the guy that was just so in tune with real things. I like the real and honest guy. I like the laid guy, the
Yeah.
kind guy. I manifest and talk about this man that I know. So it's like I know that when it happens, it'll happen. Um, and I know I'm gonna know who my person is because of what I really
Okay. Who you just okay? Because this is always something that I'm always thinking about. Like, God, am I gonna know? Like, this is my
I'm
person.
gonna know.
Like, like, what are gonna be the signs? Like, is it just gonna be something that clicks? Like, what if I
I'm
already
gonna
know
know.
this person? Like, so I'm always, but maybe I don't, because if you know,
Yeah, I know I'm gonna know. Like I'm too particular and I'm too meticulous. I see
Yeah,
things like I see things so tiny.
yeah,
Like I see that, so I know for a fact that when I feel it, I'm gonna feel it. Or if I've ever felt it and it comes back, like I know for a fact that it's mine. But I think that going into it because I know the life of like us, like with social media person and stuff, like I just have to stay grounded in what I know I like. I like the real honest guy. I talk to guys that have, blue checks or whatever. Like I don't
yeah,
care about stuff like that. Like I've never, even though like I do feel like I'm older and we strive for making money and stuff like that. So I do think stability and financial, I guess, awareness is a huge thing for me. But I just want the kind guy. I want the loving guy and the person that just really just like I think I look for honestly stuff for my children too. Like
heck
I want them to
yes.
be understanding and just like I seen a post. Let me talk to you about this. And so there's a post
Okay, yes.
on Instagram and it was like about like a little boy and the teacher told him like calm down, be a big boy. And he responded, he said, no, like I have the right to have feelings. That's what the little boy
Mm.
said back to the teacher.
Oh.
And I thought that was such a first of all, an Annie child ass moment because
Yeah.
because my child will know that they can express themselves in any way that they see fit. So
Mhm.
my thing is like I need someone that can understand that, even if I have little boys or little girls or whatever, they can express themselves. I need someone that is way beyond my love for them. I need my children to be able to love them.
Absolutely.
So I look for stuff different. I think it might be the late 20s thing. I think in my earlier 20s, I was looking for the finest guy, and I still gonna like fine guys. I ain't gonna lie. I need to look at. I need eye candy.
Would you okay? Here's a loop here. Would you date a man under 6 feet tall or
I
shorter than
have.
you? Shorter.
Bitch, now you did it when you said shorter than me.
Shorter than
'Cause
you.
first of all, I have a height issue. I already think that I'm taller than what I
How
am.
tall are you? I'm 5'7".
I'm 5'4" and a half, five
Get the
five.
what? Everybody's gonna be taller than you. I'm tall.
I
Like
know I'm an average size woman, but at the same time, I think that I'm 5'9". I think that I'm
what?
6 feet in my head, but like 5'9".
5'4"? What? I have a whole 3 inches, and this is like,
It's
like
it's not that deep. I
who
like, but I
it
like
is.
tall guys. But I do
What?
have a high complex. So I mean, I have dated guys that are not necessarily over 6 feet, and they're great guys. I won't even diss them. Like I love them for who they are. But like,
Not
not
for who
love.
they
You
are.
know what I mean? You
Not,
know, what I'm talking
not
about
for
like
who they
love,
are.
universal love, not like in love.
Oh.
So
Yes, listen, I was
delete
thinking
that
about
out
it.
when I am. Delete that.
Listen, I was thinking about it the other day because like there was somebody I talked to. I think they were like 5'9". I'm thinking like, could this work? I'm 5'7", so he's still taller than me. I'm like,
They usually overcompensate.
could this work?
They
I
usually
don't know. I don't know if it
overcompensate.
could work for me.
They usually overcompensate. That's what I'm gonna say.
No, well, yeah, he did a lot. He did.
I personally know that my person is tall. I'm gonna have tall kids. It is what it is. I'm an average size woman, so that means I can have tall kids.
Okay. All right. So my mom has this concept of she
What
doesn't
is it?
necessarily I should be open to other races for love. And I'm not opposed to it, but I
Okay.
just love black love. Like to
Me
me,
too.
that's the most prestigious love that you could
Yeah.
ever freaking obtain,
Yeah.
right? So, are you open to dating outside of your race or like you don't have to go too deep into it, but are you like open to it, or is that something that's like, no, I want
As
black
American and Nigerian, yes, I am.
love? Right, Caribbean, something.
Listen, I am okay with the idea of I love interracial relations. I think that as long as you're not dogging someone in a
Absolutely.
relationship, like as long as you're like saying genuinely in love with Susie Ann because she's great, not
Yeah.
because of she's better than a black woman, I'm okay with your relationship. So I'm not against interracial relationships. I just think that black love is the only love for
Oh
me.
my
I
God.
am not gonna limit myself because my certain king, you never know. But like I do believe that I'm gonna have me a chocolate king and I'm
That's
gonna be
what I'm
fine.
saying. Like,
It's gonna happen for me. Like anything that I manifest is gonna come to life. So I don't live in a life
yeah.
of uncertainty. I want black love. I want all black. I want all of it. All of
That's
it.
literally what I want. Like I really definitely just it's just something about black love that is just like
Yeah.
up
It's
here
just
for me.
beautiful.
It's a beautiful, beautiful
It's like
thing.
you understand that, you understand my bonnet, you understand my Anita Baker on Saturdays, you understand.
Thank
And I'm not
you.
saying that someone can't, we have to get out of the subject of thinking that someone
Yeah,
can't understand it if you teach them. I do believe
absolutely.
that teaching things is the most beautiful part of love, is to allow someone to learn how to love you. So music is
Ooh,
my way to love me. And I think that intersecting someone with that is a big deal for me, to say allowing you in my space. Okay, cool. So I can't say that I can't allow someone that's another race or another type
yeah.
of person to love me that way. But I just feel like I've always, since a little girl, imagined myself with this black man, this tall black man. And that's just what I'm gonna get. I know it. I know it to be so. Everything that I've ever wanted has come true, so I'm gonna get that.
That's how I feel. Like that's why I was intentional about writing my list. I checked it twice, checked it
Yeah,
twice,
yeah.
checked it four times to make sure I
Interference just because words it might have not worked.
I didn't leave anything out. I wanted to make sure that I was very clear with God, because he said to, whatever the desires of your heart, to go ahead and ask them. Well, God, I'm asking. And I just
And what's your desires, friend? What's your
I got a lot of them.
what would you say is your number one desire?
Who?
Well, I give you two because you might need a little space to.
I'm gonna need about 3, 4.
I'll give you three.
Okay.
Three top desires.
So if I'm being real, if I'm being real as fuck, relatable as fuck, because
Okay.
that's what we do on the Dear 20 Something podcast, right? Okay, definitely. I need all of the emotional components. So, the empathy, the kindness, like you said, loving, compassion, all of those, right?
All right.
I'm gonna need him to be black. Because all of the things that you mentioned.
Okay.
And then sexually, I'm gonna need it to be there. Because if it's not, I don't want to bring cheating or any other thing into my marriage.
Yeah.
I
You
take
know,
that very, very serious. If I'm going to connect
we fix
myself,
my glasses. Like a little fog.
if I'm going to connect myself with somebody for the rest of my life, I want to make sure that sexually I
Yeah.
can please him and he can please me. Because, if not, I see room for drifting. And
But
I
do
don't
you
want
see
to
room
drift.
for growth? Like if you meet somebody and they're just like,
Look at my
not that. You know what I mean? Like, is there room for growth?
no.
What?
No, there's no room for it. I have tried. I've been in situations where it's just
Yeah.
like if I'm honest, sexually, like it's just not there for me. I've
Okay.
tried and I've
Yeah.
tried and I've tried to psych myself
And you
out.
realize that trying is just
Like if I'm thinking long term, I think that trying will give way. like 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 at
uh-huh.
some point the bowl will break. like, like at some point this at some point I'm a wander. I'm a
Yeah.
stray. I might come back home, but I'm a stray.
Out of here. She's a track star.
Exactly. Okay. I'm be out
Yeah.
here. Okay. So
Mm,
it's just like I don't want to do that. So
I
God,
get it.
don't play with me, please. I'm asking.
You know what? I feel like God would not leave us where He just won't leave us there. He just won't
That's
leave
what
us
I'm
there.
saying. Like
So
I feel like
I,
God knows me. He knows.
God knows the desires. He knows the desires of your heart. So I definitely feel like, but I think it's critical also, like just to go back to our point about intentional
Yeah.
dating. It's
Yeah.
critical for us to know what we want and what we desire. Like a lot of things that I said I could do when I was younger or allow in my life, I genuinely cannot now. Like I used
Ooh,
to say, I ain't gonna lie, I used to say I want a goofy man, and I love goofy men because I'm goofy. But
yeah.
there's a limit, god damn it. I need you to be mature.
Right. When it comes time. No,
Like
okay.
serious moments.
Woo! This was so it's going to the point that you just kind of like brought up. There's something that there's actually 2 points before we like close the episode and stuff.
Yeah.
But this first point, I feel like you're the perfect person to ask because you brought up
Okay,
that
okay.
last question,
What
right?
is it? I'm scared.
So I was I don't know if you listen to Keon. I think his name is Keon Henderson. He's a pastor, right? I think out of I don't know where, Atlanta, maybe. I don't know. Right.
Okay.
But he was talking about the reason why most women are single is because we're always measuring up past or previous experiences with
Yeah.
individuals that we're dating, right?
Yeah.
I thought about that. Like I thought about even like from a previous situation when I dated somebody
Mhm.
that I felt like sexually wasn't there, was I comparing it to an amazing
So you
sexual
had that
experience that
was
I
you.
had because everything else was there except that.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, am I gonna be single because I can't get over the hurdle of experiencing somebody other than my husband, and now I
Yeah.
can't, so what are your viewpoints on that? Oh, this is
I
gonna
do.
be good. I
I
know
do. I'm bringing it back to Medea days when they said, like, when she used to be like, or he, I guess, but was like, you know, you gotta like weigh out the pros and cons, and if the good outweigh the bad, then you
yeah,
go with it. So my thing is with someone, it's like if they check all boxes, that's why we have to know like our top two or top three things that we really require in somebody. Because I feel like if they don't have that, then that's when you can kind of like rope them off.
yeah.
But I feel like if they almost have like the first like top two or three, and then like the other things are kind of like whatever, it's like that's how I feel about it. So my thing is like I do feel like comparison is a thief of joy. I think sometimes we try to
Mm,
say, okay, like my last guy was rich, so he got me this, this, and that. And then my new guy, he got money, but like he might not know certain stuff. So allow ourselves to grow with someone and teach them how to love me is a big thing for
ooh,
me. I really want to teach people. I think I didn't do a good job of that. I'm one of those people that like if you mess up, honestly, I'm out. I'm running away. Seriously, I'm gone. But I want to allow somebody to love me, and when they get it wrong, like teach them how to love me, right?
ooh,
So I
yeah.
think there are certain things that are teachable in certain relationships. I do think there are certain things, like you said, sexually might be a little harder because of whatever, but I do feel like with patience is key. So I think, yes, I do feel like sometimes we try to give Ray and whatever who didn't work out
Yeah.
to, a factor in our new relationships. And sometimes
Hmm.
we just need to tell people, like, have honest conversations and just say, like, maybe if we do this, like, see if it works. Now, I am a firm believer in exhausting all the possibilities. If I tell you 10
Right.
times, if I tell you 10 times, this don't work for me,
Uh-huh.
not necessarily sexually, but just in life, like
Yeah.
communication, just a good morning text. I ain't never heard nobody
Yeah.
like. If I tell you certain things, like knowing my love languages, I know my love languages. Like if I tell you this was works for me, and you just cannot educate yourself to figure out how to please me, you're just not compatible. And I think that's it.
Absolutely.
Going back to the beginning of the episode, calling a spade a spade. If you're not compatible, it's okay. We don't have to have pressure. We don't
Hmm.
have to dislike each other. We don't have to live in this world of hate
Yeah.
towards each other. We just didn't work out, and it's fine.
And that's okay.
That's let's move on. But I think it's about honest conversations and just telling people how to love you and what you desire. And they can't get it, they're just not for you. But it's not a bad thing. So
Yeah.
I do think that we do that often because I ain't gonna lie, like it's so and so done did this and I swear
Right.
to
It's
God,
like, dang, we don't do this. No.
sometimes you go back and be like, God damn, like so used to woo. But like it just you can't do that, especially if they check most of your boxes. Like it is
Yeah, true.
like if
Okay.
you get older, like it, like
Yeah, not like
if he like remotely listens to me and like cares about me, like I want to work out, I want to work it out with him.
see, it's hard.
I just want
It's hard.
my person. I just want my person in a sunset. That's all I desire in this life is then.
I literally I tell people all the time, and even though I'm operating in just like a closed off space because I just, I'm sorting through, but my greatest accomplishments will always be being a wife and a mother. Like what?
Yes, I
Like
think
I
it's
always
romantic.
tell people like my greatest true accomplishments will always be a wife and a mother. Yes, I want to have my career. I'm not that type of woman. And
Yeah,
not saying that there's anything wrong with being the housewife type of woman. That's
yeah,
dope. Like it takes a lot to raise a family and like cater to, your family.
yeah.
But I'm the type of woman where it's just like I want my career, but number one is being a mother and a wife.
I
Right.
agree.
So sometimes I feel like I battle transparency. I battle with a little like anxiety, just the fact that okay,
Mhm.
time is a ticking. Yeah, I'm 27 and
Yeah,
I have not found my partner. I have not found my like my my man.
Yeah.
I'm not any closer to being a mother because it's just like
But I did.
like I'm not any closer to
Yeah.
like just all of these expectations that I thought that I would already be in the works in already. Yes, my business is doing great. Yeah,
Yeah.
my career
Same.
is doing great, but where's my man? Where's my Boaz guy? Like, so how do
Seriously.
you navigate like just being a late 20 something now we can say.
We late 20s.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Being a late 20 something and navigating through the anxiety of like, damn, like what's happening? You definitely see, like you see your friends, getting married and having the kids, and it's just like,
I think the calmness really comes from knowing that God will prevail when it's time for me. And
absolutely.
I think it's more so like peace in knowing that it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, I can calm myself down from those things because like my best friend is pregnant. My best
Yeah.
friend is in a very, happy relationship and pregnant and she's about to birth new life. And I'm like, oh mother. And I'm not happy for this new transition now, like, because we've done everything in our life together. So
Yeah.
it's just like little things like that where I grant myself peace in situations I can't control. I know it's gonna come. I know I'm a great woman. I know I work very hard. So like us, our careers have always prevailed. Everything in our life, the fun parts and the good parts have always prevailed. And so I find peace in knowing that there's a point in my life where I've experienced that probably other people have not experienced. I had the best time in my 20s. So
Yes, right. It owes me nothing.
20s owes me nothing. I've experienced. I've lived in a different state. I've been different. Like I've been to a different country. I've been done different things. What
Yeah.
I'm saying is like yes, I'm at a point in my life where I just want my person. I just want to be with my person. I just want to experience life with my person, and hopefully me and that person work out so well
Yeah.
that we decide to start a family and have it. So because I have that progressiveness attitude and that it will happen attitude, I think that's where I gain my peace and that's where I gain my joy. And I can't let the outside world and the frequent engagements and the often, just marriages or just babies make me feel like I'm behind. And oftentimes it does. And it does. And we have to be honest, by our late 20s,
Listen,
like everybody in our generation is having kids and loving
I'm
life.
fully
Especially people
transparent.
in
I feel like,
college.
damn. Whenever I see gender reveals or proposals, I'm just like, another
Whenever
one.
I'm one of those people that like I'm not the biggest planner, but there are certain things in my life that I have planned, which are my wedding and my baby shower. I have planned
Yeah.
since I was a little girl, and I already know what I want. So it's like I've always wanted, like you said, I always wanted to be in my household. I wanted to be the boss lady. I always wanted people to be like,
Yeah.
that's boss lady right there. I've always wanted to be boss lady. I don't know why. It's such a weird concept. So I know that every characteristic that I've gained throughout these years is gonna make me that woman that I want to be. But it's just ask myself sometimes, like, God, what is? I'm tired.
Where is my
I'm
person?
couple trips now. I'm done with the girl. I love girls trips. I love my girls. But I'm tired. I just want to.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where is he?
I just want to do couple trips or like even like my vacation or something. I never had a vacation. And I travel all the time. You had a vacation?
Yeah.
That knows how we got so much of vacation.
Oh yeah, I've had a few.
I need to talk about the vacation.
But yeah, I'm still single, so
Me too, friend. But it's okay.
we're gonna get there. We're gonna
We're
get
not
there.
sad, poor, and single. We're like
Yeah, no. Oh
just,
no. Oh no.
we're
I'm
just
not
we're
claiming
just
that
single.
ever.
We're just single and thriving.
Exactly. So we're gonna close the episode, but I'm so
Yeah.
grateful that you came, that you spoke to the dear 20 somethings about,
Yeah.
navigating this whole dating thing and how like woke dating sometimes leaves you kind of like with limited options. You know what I'm saying? So is there anything, Miss Annie Tay, that you would like to leave the dear 20 somethings, both guys and girls, whatever advice that you have that you would like to leave them off with?
I would say, shit. I would say the biggest thing that I'm learning, like I said at the beginning of the episode, is just be vulnerable. I think I'm so open to setting aside my pride and just being in the moment and allowing myself to date and just be open with my like intentions and be intentional with other people. So meet people like that. Don't do anything without reciprocation. If you're not receiving that as well, then you need to move forward and just be in your light. Like, I think
Yes.
everything gravitates to you when you're doing your own stuff. So like, we're doing our own stuff, we're making our own lives and being happy and being and everything that's supposed to be in our life, whether it be friendships platonically or in being relationships, we should be happy in that. So
Absolutely.
be okay.
Thank you so much. I say to the dear 20 somethings out there that honestly, one takeaway that I got is to just tell the truth, bruh. Wherever you are. Let people know when you're dating so that we're not hurting out here. We're healing out here. Let people exactly know where you are, how you feel, and allow them room to make the decision on, is that something that I'm here for or is it not? Or do I need to leave you where you stand?
Where you have messed up at.
Exactly. Another takeaway that I say is that your steps are already ordered, no matter where you are, no matter how far behind you may feel, no matter how sometimes we as people, it happens where we look at other people and we measure our lives and our progress. Wow, you hear that thunder?
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah.
I'm here too.
We sometimes look at our peers and measure success based off of them, but you really have to have tunnel vision when it comes to what you want and what you're calling into your life. Just because it hasn't arrived yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Stop. Get that out of here. Okay?
Give yourself some grace.
Yes, and you said it. Extend yourself grace in this season.
Yeah.
Listen, we're 20-something-year-old individuals. We're not always going to get it right. We're not always, sometimes we're going to mess up. Sometimes we're going to fall short. Sometimes we're going to go the wrong way. But at the end of the day, if you allow yourself the grace to understand, why am I experiencing this?
Yeah.
How can I be more true to myself? How can I be intentional in how I operate with others? And, how can I just authentically heal and like just be me? Fuck it. If you like it, you like it. And if you don't, there's the door. Because I'm going to be me regardless. So, whatever. You decide. Because, the decision's already made on this end. But Annie, I really appreciate you coming on, you being my first guest. I feel like this conversation was so amazing.
I do too. It was amazing. I had so much fun. Now, thank you guys. Well, thank you for having me.
Yes. So we over and out. This is, I think, episode 8 of the Dear 20-something podcast. Fuck with it, okay? All right.